All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining us on this beautiful day. I hope you're having a beautiful day there at home. We've had a lot of time here with this pandemic, the COVID-19 going on. A lot of our programs, unfortunately, have been canceled. We're starting to look into virtual programming for field trips, for summer programs. That's down the road. We're working on some educational videos that you can work on in schools, things like that. Those are taking a little bit to make, so we figured during that time off, why not make some videos just showing you what a day here at the facility looks like, here at Adams Animal Encounters. My name is Adam Pottruck. With my bachelor's degree in environmental studies, over a decade in environmental education, and a lifetime love of all wildlife, my passion turned profession when I began an exotic animal rescue here in Southwest Florida. By educating the public with up-close and personal animal encounters, our mission is to inspire people of all ages to respect, protect, and conserve our wildlife and the world we all share. Welcome to Adams Animal Encounters. Today's going to be a pretty busy day. We've got feeding, which we do about once a week. We're going to feed all of our rodents today. We're also going to go out. We found out that one of our larger 300-gallon ponds just came in, so we're going to go pick that up and dig that into the ground today. And like I said, some rodent feedings, maybe a few other projects along the way. My amazing wife, Lauren, has been nice enough to film this for me. So we'll see what a typical day here at the facility looks like. And we start each one of our days out. We just like to go downstairs to the reptile room. We'll put the tortoises out once we get back. And we like to just check on everybody. We like to make sure that everybody's doing well, nothing weird happened throughout the night. We have a lot of our lights on timers, but not all of the lights are on timers, so we'll go ahead and turn on some of the lights here as we go around. Here we've got our new common snapping turtle. And look at that, overnight, we just set this tank up maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and overnight a little mushroom grew out of the natural wood we put in there. I don't know if you can see him in there or not. He's usually hiding out. Here he is. He's a little spunky. We'll do a whole reptile room tour, show you all the critters. We've got 3-4 dozen different species of these animals, so we'll show you all of them another time. We'll put Snappy back to where Koopa, that's Koopa. Crawfish, other turtles, our gecko gang on the island here, boa constrictor, got the python light, all these guys came on. Still kind of sleeping, it's early. All our bearded dragons, their lights come on automatically. See Bowser, our common snapping turtle's looking good. You can see he's a little bit bigger than Koopa is. We're working on some outside enclosures for Bowser too. See our albino red ear sliders. Get them all set up, get their lights on, they're looking good. Our ball pythons, get them all set up. They're nocturnal species. Once these lights go on, we come back in here in about 30 minutes and they'll all be tucked away. Well, our first animal video, those educational videos I was telling you about, first one's going to be all about ball pythons. You'll see this one's our wild caught Aha. That's her name right there. Aha is a wild caught python. Turn on Saba, another ball python. Sierra, another ball python. Turn on this corner, there's Mango, our albino horn snake. I'm sure somebody might want to correct me and tell me the morph of corn snake that Mango is. You know, some sort of patternless. I'm not too much into those types of things, but please let me know what she is. I would love to know. We got all sorts of monitors, Savannah monitors and Nile monitors, rosy boas. Let's turn on this side too. We just expanded to this side of the reptile room not too long ago. So we are going to have more electric, more lights on everybody. You can see us working on the electric right now. So big boys like Bruce here. Let's check where Bruce is at. There he is over in the corner, hanging out. Morning, Bruce. Hi, Bubba. So Bruce can have some nice lights. We're going to give him some working water features as well. He had a pretty bad cut on his belly. We just got the mulch and dirt introduced. We are going to add some more dirt in there to make that more realistic. Our chameleon has to have running water, so we ran the extension cords all the way from the other side. But we're gonna have lights and all sorts of stuff for the rest of the critters in here, but they're comfortable. This room is very warm. They're very happy right now. And we get a lot of these ones out into the sun and other enclosures during the right time. You can see they're ready to eat. Our red ear sliders and yellow belly sliders are ready to get their grub on. Maybe we'll get some of that on this video. Oh, let's see, go out, and it's always something to do. Busy. Go out. We're gonna defrost our rodents here now, so that way when we go out to pick up our ponds, we can get all of our rodents defrosted. We'll also do a bag of fish. Try and get these guys out here. We'll also do a bag of fish, so that way we can feed our snapping turtles, some of the monitors, feed some of the fish in our big pond out front. All right, for space, I'm just going to put these fish off to the side of the bucket here now to defrost. We do all frozen rodents here. It's easier to keep the rodents, just in storage. And not only that, it's safer. We'll talk about it more in one of the videos down the road here, but it's going to be a lot safer for the animals and for us to not have the animals looking for movement. Some snakes, like the ball pythons, have heat sensing pits, so they're looking for warmth and movement naturally to eat. Well, when I stick my warm moving hand inside that enclosure, I'm not trying to trigger them to bite. It happens, but really not trying to make that happen. So in order to avoid that happening, we've got to get them kind of switched over to these frozen, thawed out rodents once they're thawed out, which is not really always an easy process. Snakes don't naturally eat dead things in the wild. Dead things can have disease, all sorts of stuff that's not good for them. And we're not just going to wing it. We do keep a nice list here. You can see the Adams Animal Encounters rodent feeding, dated for today. I made this last night. I would have went through the rodent feeding list from the last feeding. I would have seen comments of who ate, who didn't eat, what size rodents they ate. For our smaller snakes growing up, we give them a little bit of a bigger rodent whenever we can to get them bigger, sometimes multiple rodents. We like to change it up, but you got to keep a list of it. So we'll go to the back here, see how many that we need to defrost. We're going to get these rodents on here. We're going to get them defrosted. No, I'm not going to eat this, but our larger snakes will eat these. And mind you that all of our rodents, we don't like to see dead rodents like this. We're not a fan of this. I wish all the snakes were vegetarians. But these rodents are humanely euthanized. They are put to sleep just by gas. So essentially they just go to sleep forever. It's a lot friendlier than the snake grabbing it and suffocating it. And it's got to be kind of a hard death for a live rodent. So we'll let these guys defrost. Go grab that pond, come on back, and get into it. So stick around. We'll be right back. Light bulbs, more soil for Bruce, a couple plants for the enclosure, and got a ton of rock and pavers and base. We're doing quarantine shopping and go get that custom pond. Pretty busy Sunday here at the Home Depot. We're just sitting here waiting for them to bring out that pond. We did have to special order it. They don't normally carry ponds that size, so we're just waiting to get strapped up and meet you back at the house. All right. One face mask, a little bit of hand sanitizer, and a few $100s later, we are back and ready to install our new 275-gallon pond. Let me show you all where it's going to go. We had started digging out the hole originally because the pond came in a couple weeks ago, but it had a hole in it, so we had to return it. So in order for our redfoots to still get to enjoy this area and our Herman's tortoise, we got to surround that hole with some pavers there. So these are what the ponds are hopefully going to look like. Here's some of our smaller 125-gallon ponds. This one has a few species of turtles in it, some hemotoni, some things like that. Here comes lovely Lauren with our redfoot tortoises to let them get some exercise. Hopefully it works out well while we dig the hole if they're too curious, and we might have to put them back. But here's one of the ponds. I don't know if you can see any of the little turtles in there. There we go. We got some hemotoni, some river turtles. We try to put hibiscus. We got lemongrass, prickly pear cactus, just all stuff that those redfoots would love to enjoy. Here's our other smaller pond. You see this one's a little bit murkier. Probably do a partial water change on this one today while we're digging out, let the water drain out. We cut a little fishtail palm to give them a little bit more shade. Use the riprap rock. So this is what we're hoping the ponds will look like. You can see the redfoot coming over. They get real curious. We'll see how long they last out here while we're digging and working. Don't want to kick one or step on one. Little cuties. All right, so what I'm going to do is as we install these ponds here, hopefully get them looking real nice like those, I'm going to put you guys up on top because these ponds are going to take more than a few minutes. Try out a little time lapse, see how it works. If it works, great, you'll see it. If it doesn't work, I'll show you how bad it turned out. So let's go on upstairs, check it out, get y'all situated. All right. See how this looks right in here. Already got the tripod set up. I guess at some point that time lapse stopped working for us. No worries though. We got the pond pretty set in the ground. Let's take it out of here. You can see our 275-gallon pond. We just got to put a little more fill around it, maybe a little bit more paver sand out the bottom, but she's looking good. It is about let's see, 5:45, and I am disgusting. So I'm gonna head upstairs, get a little cleaned up before the rodent feeding. I know that sounds strange, but I don't want to be all dirty, dripping sweat during probably one of my favorite things I get to do, feed the rodents. So just a little bit, catch back up. All right, we're back feeding the rodents as I promised. All cleaned up, still rocking the Adams Animal apparel. You know, this one's thanks to my little sister. Thank you, Haley. So ideally, a rodent feeding wouldn't be too interesting for y'all because I would walk into the animal room, I would chuck the dead rodents into each enclosure, and I'd leave. And the snakes would find them based off smell and smell alone. Because movement and heat, as we said earlier, not really how I want to trigger these snakes feeding. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to feed the ones who I still need to kind of make it move a little bit for them to be interested. But the ones that I don't have to move for, I'm just going to be chucking them on in there. I like to leave my rodents out here on the table because once I bring them in there, the smell triggers everybody. I'll walk by, you know, a cage of an animal who's super tame and it'll strike the glass and they can hurt themselves doing that because as soon as the smell is in the air, movement, warmth, anything triggers them. I've got bit a few times during feeding. My fault completely just because the smell was in the air and I was misassociated as some food. So we'll go in there. I'll probably do some editing, cut out the boring parts in between, do the real juicy ones. I'll do my best to get the good parts, the snakes grabbing, twisting up on camera. But like I said, we've got plenty of animals in there, probably about 3 dozen different animals we're going to be feeding these rodents to. And we're probably only going to spend time checking out, you know, a dozen or so while we're on camera. So we'll hop on in there, check them out, we'll get started, and away we go. All right, I think Flower or Rosie Boa might put on a little bit of a show for us. So let's see. Come on. As soon as you touch her with it. Bam. There she goes, wrapping it on up in there. Very cool. On to the next one. All right, so the Burmese pythons, you can see them kind of right in there hanging out ready to get some food. One of them, our bigger one, Billy No Legs, he's actually about to move from mice to small rats, and our smaller one is still getting a few mice at a time, which is why we got the separate bin. Got to keep them separate. If one of them happened when I was a kid, much long ago, king snakes. I actually had 2 king snakes living together, and one of them had finished its meal and actually went to consume the other meal of the other one that the other one was kind of eating halfway, and as it consumed it was about to eat the other one. Luckily I caught it, but I know people have had instances where they've had that go wrong. So let's turn this back around. Well, let's separate them out. Since we got the smell of rodents in the air, we're definitely going to use our hook. We do not want them to think that we are food. Let's do our best to get it on video. So we'll move the little smaller one into the bin here. Let's see if I can get a good video of the feeding. Let's see, find the tongs. Grab a little mouse for the smaller berm. This is Ka. There you go, Ka. Wham, all right. Ka should have no problem consuming that. They're pretty good eaters. They switched over real quick for me. Let's check out how Mr. No Legs, Billy, does with his first rat. Let's see. Should grab it immediately. No problem. There he goes. He's a little bit more tame than Kaz, one that we work with a little more, handled a little bit more. So he'll finish that up. Close his back up. And we'll let Ka finish up his meal, and we'll give Ka another one. Ka's gonna get 2 today. All right. I changed my mind a little bit. We're gonna watch and see. We'll probably time lapse this too, and we're gonna watch Ka finish that small mouse right there. He should finish it relatively quickly. Oops, something dropped behind me. And as we do that, I'm gonna go around and drop some other rodents and some other ones, the ones who aren't nearly as exciting to feed, the ones that don't really do anything till we leave. So we'll keep an eye on Ka, and I'll run around and do a couple more things. Without scaring them too much. Always giving us a little hiss. Oh, I don't know if you saw that little tube at the bottom of his tongue there. It's actually how they breathe when they eat such large meals. That's kind of cool. There it is again. Did you see it? Nope. Looking for another mouse. Okay. Relax. Let's get him another mouse. There you go. Quick strike. So you guys know how that goes. So we'll put the lid on his bin. Let him relax. You can see he get a little nervous. Put the lid on him. Go check out some others. You can see Billy in there, just starting to eat that rat. A little less comfortable. He used to have finished 2 mice for every one that Ka would finish, but he wasn't too sure of what to do with that rat at first, but he's doing well. We'll check back in. It's hot in here. It's warm. It's the reptiles. They love the warmth. So let's move on back over. Move over to another side here to Ruby. She's almost basically in quarantine. She's got little mites on her, so we keep her separate from everybody else right now. All right, she should be tucked up. Just changed out her water and her paper yesterday. Let's see how she does. She's usually a pretty good eater as well. Oh. There you go. Now you gotta be careful because, ooh, yeah, see, she saw the warmth of my hand, and let's try this without getting bit. Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna watch her, not the camera. Oh. Come on, baby. What's she up to? I don't know. She might have got stressed out. Watching the camera might not have been a good idea, Adam. Nope, maybe she's not too stressed out. Let's see. Oh, come on, babe. You're just not... There you go. She's got it. Okay. Oh, yes. Make sure you strangle that dead rodent to death. Good job, Ruby. All right, let's move on to another one. And there's actually a perfect example. I chucked that rodent in there while your time lapse was going on over there with Ka. And we've trained this boa python. This is Cameroon. Cameroon we trained, and obviously has no problem eating a defrosted rodent that's not moving, feeding only off of smell. So that's what I was talking about earlier. So as long as I haven't been holding rodents and I reach in there to handle the animals, whether I'm bringing them to an event or just handling them to get them more comfortable, I don't have to worry about them biting me unless I've been playing with rats earlier, and I usually don't do that. So it's a lot safer of a way to deal with your rodents, things like that. I'll show you in just a little bit here how we're working on ball training our tegu, Bruce. So the ball right here, actually, right after you can see her eating, we just put a nice ball right on the end of our feeding stick there, and just a little bit how that works. All right. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get this one. She's kind of in her hide. Let's see if I can get her enclosure open before she gets out of camera view. This Chiquita, our banana ball python. Oh, she missed. Let's get her close. There she does, that head spinning. She's a little tough to feed. Come on. Nope. Nope. And you got to make sure they don't pass that rodent and sense the warmth of your hand and bite that instead, because then they go a little bit nuts. She's head spinning, she's swaying. There she goes. Oy, oy, oy. Probably got it. A little bit of a better view back there. Let's see inside the cage. 1 second. See her in there. Ready to go. See our vine snake up there. He eats a knoll, so we don't need to feed him any rodents. I only catch those in the yard. Real cheap snake. And man, when you're running a rescue facility, taking in animals, we got a dozen ball pythons, we like cheap. All right, let's continue feeding before we lose 10 pounds in sweat. All right, it looks like the Rosie boa finished hers up and she's ready for round 2 here. See how she does with rodent number 2. Just give her a little tap and too much. Do you not want your second one? Sometimes they don't. You're just checking it out, giving it a smell. Maybe not your type of rodent. Oh no, she don't want it. And when they don't want it, you don't feed them. All right, so we'll put that, make sure we put that on our special notes, because usually, her name's Flower, our Rosie boa. Usually Flower will eat 2 mice for us. So for whatever reason today, she didn't want to. We'll make sure we put that in our notes. Keep a close watch on the patterns. Reptiles are really good at not showing you how sick they are, or if they're sick at all, because if they showed that in the wild, their predators would see them, hunt them, because they are the ones that are easier to catch. So over time, they've kind of adapted to not show when they're sick, which makes taking care of reptiles a little bit difficult sometimes. So I guess, let's see, we'll turn this around. We'll make sure we'll close Rosie's on up. And I usually don't give Bowser, remember him from earlier this morning, our snapping turtle rodents, because he'll just eat fish, which we can get for free. So we'll give Bowser a quick rodent. He loves rodents. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Get a good little view. I can't know the reflections. We'll get our GoPro going and be able to put the cameras underwater and stuff. It'd be much cooler than just doing it on my cell phone like I'm doing. But I figured just get these videos out here. No better time. And camera's not too bad on my phone, so it's working all right. You can see down here, you know, another ball python. We dropped it in. This one's Sierra. Sierra usually takes until the evening time to eat her rodent. And Saba can smell them, but once you drop a rodent in Saba, Saba starts going nuts. Many times she'll strike the glass. One time I had to reach in there when the rodents were in, and she actually tagged me. She got me a little bit, and that's probably my friendliest ball python I bring to more events than anything else, and she's bit me before. So I should just say something about exotic pets here. So let's grab let's see who to go for. Remember the jumbos. One of those go to the boa constrictor, so we won't even let her see those. One of those, though, I will show you in just a little bit. We'll probably save it for last. It's going to go to Bindi, our Australian coast one. She usually only eats live. This is her first attempt to try a dead one on her, so that should be good too. So let's move on to the next rodent. All right, red rat snake, Captain Jack. I don't know if you can see or not. Let's see if the zoom. Let's get the zoom going on. See that eye? He's actually missing an eye. He was given a rodent that wasn't, I guess, the right size, and actually bit him on the head. His eye got infected, fell out, so he can't actually even see out of that eye. But Captain Jack Sparrow, he is a fantastic eater, and we actually just have to toss these mice in there for him, and he will find them, which is great, because when we first got him, he used to actually bite the glass at us. He wasn't handleable at all. Let's see if I can put a couple of these right out here for him. He should go for him pretty immediately. No, he went for the grass instead. As you can see, they get a little bit nuts. He's attacking the heck out of his bedding. Which, you know, if we're talking about reptiles and stuff, it's just why, you know, substrate's pretty important. If this animal lived on sand, for example, he would have just got a big old mouthful of sand, perhaps became impacted, not, you know, going to the restroom. He's a little bit stuck. He's trying to get himself off right now. Snakes do have teeth that are hooked back to hold on to their prey, so once they're bit on, there he goes. It's a little bit tough to get off. Might have to help him. Let's see. Yeah, I think it might be time to reach in there and give him a little hand. All right, let's reach in there. Let's give Captain Jack a little bit of a hand since he bit the carpet there. All right. It's okay, bud. I know this isn't exciting at all. Okay, he's real straight. Like, oops, bamboo's going. Get him by the back of his head. You kind of almost have to push him on the carpet first. See, there you go. Nope, don't bite my hand. I didn't do that on purpose. That was your fault. Or mine. Let's see. Now that the smell's in there, any movement's really going to trigger him. So let's see if you not move for a second. Oh, he's getting closer, getting warmer, colder, colder, warmer, warmer, warmer. Right there, smells it. Oh, colder. Nope, wrong way, Jack. I'm literally sitting here not moving an inch. Oh. There he goes. He found it. Very good, very good. Stuff like that happens all the time. You never know what it's going to be with a reptile. So hope you're prepared if you're going to make the big investment of getting an exotic animal. We never really advise people to do that because they are a lot of work. Not a lot of people would reach their hand in when feeding a snake, you know, and rightfully so. So let's keep on feeding. We're about to get towards the end here, and we got a few more cool ones to show you. Actually, we changed our mind again. Let's watch Jack finish that rodent. I'm going to go drop a couple other ones into monitors. Monitors are great at fighting their rodents without any movement or anything like that. So you guys can just watch Jack finish his meal. I'm going to go drop a few more rodents in, not waste your time or mine, and check back in. Hopefully he stays within camera view. Sorry if he doesn't. Can't control him, you know? Kind of let the feeding snake do what the feeding snake wants to do. Looks like he did all right feeding there. Let's put these berms back. And now that they're all done eating, you can see that even though Billy No Legs got his big old fat rat for the first time, he's still there looking for another meal. And you can see that he probably eat it too. So let's get Ka back in there, because Ka has most likely finished his meal as well. Yeah, Ka's all done. You can see Ka hanging out in there. So he's ready to eat, ready to go for my hand. Yeah, we won't do that. We'll use the hook. When rodent smells are in the air, the hook is definitely the best way to go. We'll just put them back on in there with Billy No Legs, our 2 wild caught Burmese pythons. We'll move on to the next one. Alright, so even though we separated the Burmese pythons to feed them, which is always the better case scenario, separate them if you can. That's because Billy No Legs usually eats a lot faster than Ka, and then they start going after each other. For the most part, these 2 ball pythons eat about the same pace. We've got our big wild caught aha from Africa, and inside there we got our killer bee morph, that's Bumblebee. So we're going to feed them. Aha's going to get a large, and Bumblebee's going to get a medium rat. We'll go grab those real quick. Just check them out. They're pretty cool. Let's see. All right, so we should be able to. Bumble's slightly slower, so we'll go on over. Let Bumble get her meal. Here you go, Bumble. Come on, baby. Wow, Bumble's got hers, no problem. You can see that immediately triggered Aha to be hungry. Spread a little bit better. So he's ready to go. Let's flip this one over since he's heavy. Aha should get it real quick. See? You check the heat out first. He wild caught. He's ready for that movement. Got to move him a little bit. There we go. Come on up. There you go. Let him get some stretch on it. Let him get enriched a little bit. Yours is down here. Oh. So if something's going to go wrong, it will, of course. And as you can see, I came over. They were acting a little bit too close to one another, so I did have to separate Bumblebee from Aha, who's still kind of acting a fool over here a little bit. You can see I don't want him to strike the glass. He would though. He definitely would. He's ready to eat. He's in feeding mode. A little bit crazy, huh? All right, like we said earlier, I'm going to show you a little bit of the target training that we've been working on with Bruce, our tegu. On this, maybe scoot our camera on the tripod a little bit further down towards him there. So basically, the purpose of this training is to disassociate us with food. So I like to feed them on this mat. That usually is the first sign that there's some food coming. Usually gets them a little bit excited. Yeah, maybe he smells the rodents I got in my hand. Let's see. Yeah, he's about to get a little bit nuts. So what we like to do is we like to just toss him onto the tray there. What we like to do is we like to encourage him to first hit this ball. Let's see if it's working for us. So he just shows the ball. Let's see. Yep. He touched the ball and then, yeah. Oh boy. Boy, he was ready for that ball. Maybe a little bit too crazy about that ball, huh? This is why it's called training. Let's see if we can back up a little bit. Usually he'll be able to find the food on that tray. See how quick they are, huh? I don't want to reach in there and show him where those rodents are because I don't want him to know that my hand means food. So we're going to let him find those rodents on his own. Might take him a second using that big old forked tongue. Let's take this off now that he seems to have caught the whiff of them. See if I can give you a better view without getting bit. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, Bruce likes his rodents. That big old area in front of his front legs is good, Bruce. Behind his jaws, those are his jaw muscles. Kind of looks like he swallowed a tennis ball there. He can bite down with quite some force. It actually is what started the target training, is he thought my hand was some food and he got me a little bit. They got razor sharp teeth, so we don't like to associate that. So, all right, he's gorgeous. Now that we don't have any more food in there, we'll get our hands out of there so he doesn't charge us. That is an animal we don't want to get bit by again. All right, let's go check out Bindi. Let's see how she does for her first frozen rodent. Let's see. And actually, I forgot that we did some fish too, so we'll get Bruce eat some fishy fish too. We saw him eat some mice, so we won't spend too much time on that, but just thought I'd show you. We try to give our animals all sorts of good stuff that they enjoy, not just one type of meal. Because I don't favorite meal, if you give me like a lobster tail, some ahi tuna, seaweed salad, maybe some good potato salad in there, it's my favorite. But if you give that to me every day that I eat, I'm gonna be sick of it real quick. So variety is the spice of life. We try to do it here as much as we can. All right, I know our newspaper's a little bit messed up, but no worries, we'll get that done. As promised, I'm gonna try to see if Bindi wants to eat her first frozen rodent ever. Let's get this unlocked. Get her a big old jumbo. She's already tucking herself in there. Hi, Bindi. One. Would that be something that interests you? I'd say she was halfway interested. We're gonna let her be. We're not gonna really film this too much because I really do want her to eat that and not get disturbed by us being in here. So we're gonna dip out, but that concludes the feeding. All right, so that basically concludes our feeding and what a day would look like here at our facility and a little bit outside the facility too when we're picking up that pond. So last thing we kind of do for the day is, especially after a feeding, is what I mean, is we go around even on a regular day and kind of just check on everybody. Like for example, you can see Mango, looks like she grabbed her rodent and then looks like she let go of her rodent for whatever reason there. Take a real slow walk by Saba, but she gets nuts when she gets her rodents. You can see Sierra down there still doing hers. We'll check on everybody the next day. Real slow past Saba. She's nuts. Aha, but then he finished his. We're really not looking to see who finished theirs right now. We're really looking to make sure I didn't make a mistake and leave one of the enclosures unlocked. Because that's never fun having to find an animal the next day. We'll check on their meals the next day. See like Rosie, she hasn't eaten her jumbo rodent yet. That's okay, she usually won't eat till we leave, which is nice. Take a nice slow walk around, just checking, making sure things are locked. Everybody's looking good. We already checked the other room there. Bindi's across the way eating her big old rodents. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully we can show you real soon what another day here at the rescue looks like. Owning animals is really cool, everybody. It really is. But it really is a full-time job. If you're going to make the commitment of owning another living being, you better be prepared to give it the best life that you can possibly give it, or don't ever make that kind of commitment. Too many people do. That's how we end up with so many animals, footing their bills, paying for them, working with them every day. It's not like I don't enjoy it. It's such a pleasure to do. But if it was up to me, every one of these animals would be in the wild where they belong, enjoying their lives in this beautiful environment that we have. So until next time, keep being good to our world and all the animals in it.